Hello, NWAMI International Malta joins NWAMI UK in marking the history of the South Asian Heritage Month with a documentation about the lived experience of multicultural integration and migration, narrated by one of the oldest family members of South Asian communities, the Sindhi, the Gordhan Mohnani. Gordhan, welcome and thank you for participating in this. Can you tell us a little bit about the history of your communities and your family here in Malta?
Thank you, first of all, Gabby, for inviting me, and thank you for the NWAMI group. So it's great to be here. So I'll just give you some information about our community. So my great-grandfather came to Malta in 1880. So that's over 140 years since we've been in Malta. And I am the fourth generation in Malta. So it's great living in Malta. I mean, obviously, there are things which go wrong and which go right, but at the end of the day, I think it's always about adapting yourself to wherever you live. So every place is good and every place can be bad, but it's your approach to life and making sure that you meet people, connecting with the Maltese community and all that. So it's great being here, and obviously we will continue our interview much later on. Thank you.
Gordhan, before we hit off, can you tell us a little bit from where your great-grandfather came from in India and what brought him here to Malta?
Okay, yes, sure. So, originally we are Sindhi. So that means we are from Sindh, which today is part of Pakistan. This is before the separation when India, Pakistan and Bangladesh were India. So after that issue, a lot of Sindhis left India because now in reality we don't have a state. Before, let's say, like Punjabis have their own state, Gujarati have their own state, but we have no state. So we had to leave India, or now obviously Pakistan, to go outside. And just for you to know, for people to know that we are Sindhi, we add the A and I at the end of the surname. So my surname is Mohnani. There are other surnames, Daswani, Vaswani, Sujanani, Chatlani. So people would automatically say, no, that surname ends up with A and I, so they are Sindhi. So they are from Sindh, which today is obviously, as I mentioned, part of Pakistan. Thank you.
This is amazing. I mean, it is in itself a story of integration. I mean, how your people had coped with the change, the political changes and so forth and so on. So, and then leaving your home and arriving in Malta. It must have been quite a journey for your forefathers.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I wouldn't know exactly how it was, but I'm sure that I think it's in us. We Indians have this thing that we always like to travel. We like to even maybe change our lifestyle to improve our lifestyle. So a lot of people, Indians, I mean all types of Indians, have this thing that they leave India or Pakistan or Bangladesh to have a better life. Now, better life means what? Obviously, a variety of different things. You could become a doctor, you could study more and improve yourself and change your mindset.
Obviously, when your forefathers arrived in the 1800s, in 1860, I think they came overseas. They arrived by sea, not by plane. So you told us that you will be taking us to Valletta, and we will take our journey from there now to take you a little bit along through your memories with filming at a place in Valletta. See you later.
Okay, thank you. Bye. So, it is a bit complicated. I mean, obviously, when we were young, the difference was that obviously living in Malta, where 97% are Christian, so there are not many other different religions like our religions, Hinduism, then there's Islam, then there's Jewish, then there's Zayn, and then there's other types of religion. So the main thing is trying to fit in. So the first thing what we did was to fit in, was to change our Indian names to British names. So my Indian name is Gordhan, but my British name is Gilbert. Like that, people didn't think that we are not foreign. You would say, is that good or is that bad? In reality, I don't agree it was bad or good, because you need people to accept you as you are. And obviously media plays a very big part. So people, when they see news or whatever, they think, oh, these people are that and those people are that. So like that, it was good. But also for me, I also studied religion and I used to go to church. I never took the host, but I used to get myself involved and learn more about Maltese culture, Maltese religion. Even I studied Maltese, so today I'm fluent in Maltese.
Gordhan, if you had to explain living in Malta as an Indian, using just 3 words, what would these 3 words be?
Wow, you got me in a fix here. I think at the end of the day, my 3 words would be accepting, adjusting, and open-minded.
Okay, that brings me to the last question. Being multicultural integration personified and forming part of the multicultural fabric of contemporary Malta, can you share a bit about your lived experience, your values, and your hopes for you and Malta's future in terms of multicultural integration?
Okay, so obviously I think religion plays a very big part in culture in anywhere. So like in my case, since I'm obviously Hindu and I came to a Christian country, I said the first thing is to study religion. And that plays a very big part in knowing exactly what exactly Maltese is all about. Even maybe sometimes going to Mass. So every Christmas and even during Easter, I do the 7 visits, and Mass, I would go to the Mass. Because like that, I can go with my friends and I'm not making a difference between them. Number 2, learning Maltese. That I think had to play a very big part to me. At the beginning, I didn't bother learning Maltese, but then the last few years at school, I said I have to learn Maltese again to fit in and understand what they might be talking in a group when I'm always talking with Maltese people. So I think the future of Malta and the Maltese in accepting different cultures, I think is the same thing. I always say that we need to be open-minded. So maybe it has to start from the schools. Schools need to teach religion. They need to teach different religions when Maltese students are studying religion at school, and not just a 1-hour lesson. It has to be part of the syllabus, so people would know more about religion, more about culture, and obviously their values.